Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 16, text number 24. Tat te anabhishtam iva satvanidehe viditsoho. Tatte anabhishtam iva satvanideher viditso. Kshemam janaya nija shaktibihi uddrutarehe. Kshemam janaya nija shaktibir uddrutare. Na etavata tri adipatehe bata vishwabartuhu. Naitavata triadipater bata vishwabartus. Tejaha kshatam tu avanatasya saha te vinodaha. Tejakshatam tu avanatasya sate vinodaha. Tatte anabhishtamiva satvanider viditso. Kshemam janaya nija shaktibir uddrutare. Naitavata triadipatir bata vishwabartus. Tejakshatam tu avanatasya sate vinodaha. Tatte anabhishtamiva satvanider viditso. Kshemam janaya nija shaktibir uddrutare. Naitavata triadipatir bata vishwabartus. Tejakshatam tu avanatasya sate vinodaha. That destruction of the path of auspiciousness. Te, by you, anabhishtam, is not liked. Iva, as satvanidehe, the reservoir of all goodness. Viditsoho, desiring to do. Kshemam, good. Janaya, for the people in general. Nija shakti bihi, by your own potencies. Udruta, destroyed. Arehe, the opposite element. Na, not. Etavata, by this. Triadipatehe, of the proprietor of the three kinds of creations. Bata, O Lord, Vishwabartuhu, the maintainer of the universe. Tejaha, potency. Kshatam, reduce. Tu, but. Avanatasya, submissive. Saha, that. Te, your. Vinodaha, pleasure. Translation and purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of the three creations and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Please repeat the translation. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of the three creations and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Krishna was never reduced in his position by becoming a cowherd boy or by offering respects to Sudama Brahmana or his other devotees like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva, Maharaj Yudhishthira and the Pandavas' mother Kunti. Everyone knew that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, yet his behavior was exemplary. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Satchidananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and it is eternal. Because the living entities are his parts and parcels, originally they also belong to the same quality of eternal form as the Lord. But when they come in contact with Maya, the material potency, due to their forgetfulness, their existential constitution is covered. We should try to understand the appearance of Lord Krishna in this spirit as the Kumaras pray to him. He is eternally a cowherd boy at Vrindavana. He is eternally the leader of the battle of Kurukshetra, and he is eternally the opulent prince of Dwaraka and the lover of damsels of Vrindavana. All his appearances are meaningful because they show his real characteristics to the conditioned souls who have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord. He does everything for their benefit. The force exhibited in the battle of Kurukshetra by the desire of Krishna and through the agency of Arjuna was also necessary because when people become too irreligious, force is required. Non-violence in this respect is rascaldom. Doesn't see Bhaktivedanta purport. Om ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuram militam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the Kumaras are glorifying the Lord's position. See, every argument what Lord gave, Kumaras are trying to present the counter argument. Because Lord was always keeping himself in a lower position. But Kumaras are saying, no, you are in a higher position. Your attitude itself is to show submissiveness, but it itself is a glorification perspective. So here they are saying, Tatte anabhishtamiva sattvadir viditso. So you are here to destroy the inauspicious path for the devotees, for everyone. Anabhishtam, that inauspicious perspective, to be completely be destroyed. Because you are sattva nidehe, you are an ocean of goodness. So wherever there is goodness, badness cannot happen there. Bad cannot happen. So in that way, viditsoho, you are desiring to do these things because you want everybody to progress towards you. Kshemam janaya nijashaktir uddritarte. For why are you doing this? Kshemam janaya, for welfare of the people. Then nijashakti bihi, by your own potencies. Uddruta arehe, you remove the opposing elements. Na etavata triyadipater, even though you are the triyadipatehi, you are the creator of three categories. And bata, oh my dear Lord, Vishwabartuhu, and you are the maintainer of this entire universe. So your position is you are the creator of this world and you are the maintainer of this universe, but still Teja kshatam tu amanatasya sate vinodaha. Your submissive behavior is not something new or something in a low way. Actually, your submissiveness is sate vinodaha. It is your transcendental pleasure. You are performing this submissive attitude, even though you are the creator of the universe, you are accepting as if you are an incompetent person, or if you are a lower person. This is your transcendental pleasure. So in that way, they are glorifying the Vishnu's position here. Vishnu said, I have accepted the mistake on behalf of my servants. He is taking the responsibility for offending the Kumaras. They are saying, no, you are the maintainer of the universe, you are the creator of this universe. Your submissive attitude itself is a glorification perspective. So they are counteracting the argument given by Lord Vishnu. So if you see the translation, my dear Lord, O Bhatha, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed. Tatte anabhishtam iva viditsoho. For you are the reservoir of all goodness, sattva nidehe. Just to benefit people in general, kshemam janaya, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. Nijashakti bir udruta arehe. You are the proprietor of the three creations, three adipatehe, and the maintainer of the entire universe, Vishwabartuhu. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Teja naitavata kshatam tu avanatasya. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Sate vinodaha. So in that way, it is your exemplary way of keeping yourself in a lower aspect. Jai Shri Radha Govinda. So Prabhupada was explaining about certain situations where Krishna kept himself in a lower way, but that attitude of Lord Krishna made him glorified more. So one circumstance was, Krishna was never reduced in his position by becoming a cowherd boy, or by his offering respects to Sudama Brahmana, or his other devotees like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudeva, Maharaj Yudhishthira and Pandava's mother Kunti. So Krishna always exhibited as if he is a inferior personality in front of superiors. Like Nanda Maharaj, when he was asking, get me my shoes, Krishna used to carry the sandals of Nanda Maharaj on the top of his head and bring to Nanda Maharaj. So in that way, Lord, see, the whole perspective is Lord's devotees want to serve the Lord unconditionally, and Lord find means and ways how to serve the devotees unconditionally. He wants to exemplify his devotees are greater than him. Like he used to help Mother Yashoda in various ways, and he is also used to play with Mother Yashoda by playing pranks, by running away from her. In that way, he is enjoying that pleasure. So whenever he used to visit Yudhishthira Maharaj, he used to offer obeisances, touch his feet of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Whenever he used to meet Vasudeva or Kunti, he used to go and touch their feet. So in that way, he is saying superiors are of a glorification position. Krishna himself is accepting himself as a subordinate position. One scenario we come across in Bhagavatam, when Krishna reached Mathura on the invitation of Kamsa. So Krishna had contracted various people on the way, like Kubja he contracted, then that washerman he contracted, then the flower man, florist Sudama he contracted. Then finally the arena was set next day morning for the Malla Yuddha. So while coming itself, first he killed the Kovalaya Pida elephant. Then both Krishna and Balarama carried the two tusks. They went into the arena where the huge bow, sacrificial bow was kept. They went and broke that bow. Then when Krishna entered the arena of that Malla Yuddha, all that huge wrestlers, Mustika, Chanura, Toshana, like that, they're all like mountain. And Krishna was like a small figure, to the size, to the age, to the personality. So the people in general who are all sitting there, they were all thinking, this is unfair. Like a huge Hulk personality fighting with a small, simple personality. It's like two contradictory personalities. They are saying this is unfair, injustice. Small children being fighting with mountains category or elephant category. But they don't know what is actual position of Krishna. So Krishna immediately smashed off all these wrestlers, Krishna, that Balarama, Krishna, and finished off all these wrestlers. Then Krishna immediately, Kamsa became very angry. At that particular point, he wanted to take revenge. He wanted to kill Vasudeva, Devaki, Ugrasena, and he wanted to snatch away the properties of Nanda Maharaj. He wanted to drive away all these people out of Mathura. He announced his army to take care immediate action. Then Krishna became very angry. Then he jumped onto the platform where Kamsa was sitting, dragged him from the platform and gave him some punches. By sitting on his chest and by some punching, Kamsa finished his life. And everybody were wondering whether he is dead or not. See, sometimes when somebody hits, you become unconscious also, not that you are dead. So Krishna, holding the hair of Kamsa, he was dragging him on the arena to give confidence. Yes, he is completely a dead personality. He is no more alive. So that others can feel that confidence and that enthusiasm. Yes, Kamsa is completely been eliminated. Or else they may think today he is unconscious, again tomorrow he will come back with repercussions and all. So Krishna gave them assurance. Then he immediately went to Nanda Maharaj, Krishna and Balarama. They went to Vasudeva and Devaki, released their chains, paid obeisances, and Krishna and Balarama started offering respects by saying, my dear mother and father, please forgive us. Because of us taking birth from your womb, you have to suffer under the hands of this cruel Kamsa. For so many years you have been imprisoned. And even after taking birth, we could not protect you. We had to go and hide in somewhere else. So we had delayed for 16 years. Totally, roughly so many number of years, either 11 or 16. Because there are two perspectives. One version says 11 years, where Krishna and Balarama, when they were brought to Mathura. Another version in one lecture says, Prabhupada says he was 16 years old. So, but this many number of years we have not able to come in contact with you, not able to serve you, not able to free you from this Kamsa's imprisonment. Please forgive us. Like that they are offering respects and begging for forgiveness. Then Vasudeva and Devaki, at one point they were confused. They were thinking Krishna, because they saw Krishna as a Vishnu form, that four-armed Narayana form they saw. So they were thinking whether he is Narayana, the Supreme Lord, or he is our baby Lord Krishna. So they were in this confusion. They could not appreciate further how to proceed. Then Krishna with his Yoga Maya covers up their consciousness and immediately they reciprocate by thinking, yes, you are my son, and they take him onto their laps, they start crying him, kissing him. In that way, that situation has been taken care of. Now Krishna, by submitting to Vasudeva and Devaki, was his position reduced or increased, glorified? Because Krishna acted like a perfect son. Krishna justified his role. So whatever role Krishna accepted, he justified that role perfectly. When he accepted the position of charioteer, was Krishna acting like a boss or was he acting like a charioteer? He was acting like a charioteer. But even though he was controlling the entire Kurukshetra war without a weapon, but still he acted to the commands of Arjuna. Arjuna was commanding, Ratam Stapayame Ajudha, take this chariot and put it in front of the army. And Krishna is obediently following it. Even though after hearing Bhagavad Gita also again, Krishna was doing that role as charioteer and he became glorified as Pardasarathi. Because of his devotion of Arjuna, Lord agreed to become his subservient. So charioteer is a subservient position to the master who is sitting behind. But here Krishna has been glorified because he accepted the role just because of love for Arjuna. At one particular point after the war was over, Krishna and Arjuna came back to their camp. Generally, what is the etiquette? Whether the driver will get down first or the passenger will get down first from the... If somebody big man comes, driver will get down, come forward, open the door, then the big man will come out of the car. But here that day, generally every day this used to happen. And last day after the war is over, when Krishna suddenly informs Arjuna, you get down from the chariot along with all your weapons and all. Then Arjuna says, no, my dear Lord, this is not the etiquette. First the driver should get down, then I should get down. Every day we have been following. But Krishna says, do as I say. This is not the time to argue. Then as soon as Arjuna got out with all his equipment and all, Krishna jumped away from the chariot. As soon as Krishna jumped away from the chariot, in a second the chariot is burnt to ashes. So then Arjuna was wondering, he was shocked, what happened? Then he asked Krishna, what is this? Then Krishna says, see, when you are fighting in the war, there were many arrows which were shot to destroy you and this chariot. Because I was being seated there, I kept hold of their action till the activity is finished of this war. Because now, as soon as this war is finished, now it is my duty to see that responsibility of that arrows has taken care. So that's why if I would have got down first, what would have happened? Arjuna, with all his weapons, should have been burnt to ash. Because Krishna had, see now how Krishna protected his devotees. He made the systems delay so that the war continues, Arjuna becomes victorious, and he is also saved because he has given a commitment. At the war, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, Kalosmi Lokakshaykrit, in that verse Krishna says, time I am, the destroyer of the three worlds. Except for your 5 brothers, none of the people in this battlefield will go back home. Army from both sides will be killed. So Krishna has assured him. So to give promise to that assurement is by protecting him in all possible means. So again, Krishna is glorified. Even though he is a charioteer, his position is more glorified than Arjuna. So by submissive attitude, Krishna always gained respect from the devotee. So that's what Kumaras are saying. So what is so special about this Krishna Leela? So Shukadeva Goswami condenses Krishna Leela in only 4 or 5 verses. So in the ending of 9th canto, where he says, Kalo janishya mananam dukkha shoka tamonudam anugrahaya bhaktanam supunyam vyatanod yashaha. So this is Krishna's mercy for devotees in Kali Yuga. What is that? Anugrahaya, to show causeless mercy. To whom? Bhaktanam, towards his devotees. Janishya mananam, Krishna will take birth in this future, almost ending of Dwapara Yuga to starting of Kali Yuga. Kalau, in this age of Kali. Vyatanot, Krishna acted in such a way, Supunya Yashaha, simply by remembering him, all his glorious activities. Supunyam Yashaha, the glories. Then, Dukkha Shoka Tamah Nudam, one becomes free from lamentation and unhappiness of this material existence. Simply by hearing about Krishna, we become free from lamentation and material existence, unhappiness. Then, so in that Prabhupada continues, so Krishna acted so that by accepting instructions of Krishna consciousness stated in Bhagavad Gita, all the future devotees could be relieved from the pangs of material existence. So he gave Bhagavad Gita not only for the benefit of Arjuna, for all the devotees for Kali Yuga. Just by accepting that instructions, how Arjuna got benefited, all the devotees in future Kali Yuga, by simply accepting that instructions, can become benefited. Then, Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe Yashas Tirtha Vare Sakrit Shrotanjalir Upasprushya Dunute Karma Vasana. So, Shrotanjali Upasprushya. Shrota means by hearing. Anjali means respectively. Upasprushya means to touch. Or simply by giving oral reception to Krishna's stories, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's instructions, the glories of the Lord. Yasmin Satkarna Piyushe means to drink through the ears through parampara system. Satkarna Piyushe, to aswadana, to when you receive the instructions, how do you receive the instructions? Through ear. Then the instruction should be through parampara system. Then through the purified transcendental ears. Then Yashah Tirtha Vare Sakru Dunoti Karma Vasanam. The devotees of the Lord are immediately freed from strong material desires and engagement in fruitive activities. When bhakti is coming, then we become jnana we get and vairagya we get. These are the side benefits. By knowledge, we understand what should be done, what should not be done. By vairagya, we develop detachment from material, old, die-hard habits. So this is what Shastra is saying. When you hear nicely, through parampara system, you become free from all these unwanted vasana. Then Krishna's beauty it explains. Yasya ananam makara kundala charu karna brajat kapola shubhagam suvilasa hasam Nityotsavam na truptur drishibi pibantyo naryo narasya mudita kupita nimesya. So how Krishna's beauty when he performed his pastimes. Yasya Ananam, whose beautiful face. Makara Kundala, his earrings were decorated with Makara Kundala. Charu Karna Bhraja, Charu, very beautiful face. With nice earrings, face became even more beautiful. Actually, face is more beautiful. And these earrings enhanced the beauty. Then Karna Bhrajat, then there were earrings and other things to the ears. Kapola, forehead. Shubhagam, nicely decorated with tilaka and other marks. Suvilasa Hasam, his beautiful smile. Suvilasa Hasam. Nityotsavam na truptur drishibi pibantyo. So for people this is like a festival. Nrityotsavam, a festival to see the beauty of the Lord. Na truptihi drishibir pribantyo. People, even though have been regularly seeing, they were never satisfied. That beauty of the Lord was so enchanting. Na truptir drishibi pibantyo. Even though that beauty they are drinking by their eyes, but they are never satisfied. Then Naryo Narasya, who and all the men and women equally. Naryo Narasya, Muditaha, they were extremely happy. Kupita Nimeshe, but they were angry also. Angry on Lord Brahma for creating this eyelids, because they were getting that temporary blockage in having darshan of the Lord. That minute second you blink and open your eyes, that itself is a blockage for them. They are scolding Brahma that you don't know how to create. You are a creator without intelligence. You don't know how to create. Next time when you want to create, you take our guidance how to create. See, in that way the devotees were feeling that separation from the Lord, because that blinking of the eye is stopping them having that beautiful darshan of the Lord. So again he further says, Sutta Goswami says, Jato gata pitir grahavad vrajam yeditartaha hatva ripun suta shatani kruto rudaraha utpadya teshu purushaha kratubi samije atmanam atmanigamam pratayan janeshaha. The Lord who has Purusha Jataha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Leela Purushottamaha Jataha, he took birth in the house of Vasudeva. Then Pitar Grihat Gataha, he left his house and went to where? And Vrajam, he went to Vrindavana. Vrajam, for what? Edita Ardaha, to expand his confidential pastime with his devotees there. In Vrindavana, Hatva Ripun, he killed many enemies. It is said that every day one enemy used to come and Krishna used to kill him, all the demons. And afterwards, Atma Nigamam, he came back to Dwaraka. Then Kruta Udaraha, he married the best of the women, 16,108 women he married. Then Utpadyeshu Teshu Suta Satani, then each woman got 10 children through Lord. And Kratubihi Samije Atmanam, he performed sacrifices to satisfy himself as an offering into him, so that Pratayan Janeshu, to establish principles of householder life. To set examples how a householder has to lead his life, Krishna was giving himself as an example, how he was leading his personal life in Dwaraka. So Narada Muni wanted to see how Dwaraka life was. He went everywhere, he saw Krishna was getting up before sunrise. How do you get up before sunrise? There was no wall clock. There is no mobile or something to remind. So what is the clock for us? Crow or birds, chirping of the birds. Hen. They used to, they have this symptom of waking up by 3:30, 4 o'clock. So they start making sound. But so that Krishna used to wake up. And all the queens used to curse that birds, because you are taking away Krishna from their association. Then Krishna used to get up, finish his rituals, go do meditation upon himself. Then after that he used to come out, he used to perform sacrifices, he used to give charity. Then he used to visit all his superiors, all his fathers, brothers, mothers and mothers' sisters. He used to pay obeisances to them. Then he used to come outside after fully decorating. He used to give audience to the people in general. And he used to satisfy their desires fully. Then he used to come, have his breakfast, sit on the chariot, go to the assembly, and take care of the day-to-day formalities, again come back to the house and receive the services of all his wives. So in that way, he used to perform all these activities, and he is setting an ideal example as a householder. So Narada Muni was astonished, because every house, everywhere, in every 16,000 palaces, the same thing was repeating. When Krishna comes out of all these 16,000 palaces, he used to become one. Again, when he comes back home, again he expands himself into 16,000 forms. So that is his speciality, because the wives, the queens, they are all great devotees, great personalities who have done tapasya so that they could achieve. Some are eternal associates who came from the spiritual world, some are the material world associates who qualified themselves to become the queens of the Lord. So in that way, Krishna was satisfying all their desires. Then one more context where Balarama, so when he visited various pilgrimage places, he came to Naivisharanya. At that particular point, there was an assembly. All the great sages have selected a Roma Harshana Sutta to become the speaker, and he was discussing about various subjects, Puranas, and are all being discussed. So as soon as Lord Balarama approached the arena, all the sages got up, offered respects, because they know Lord Balarama is the supreme personality of Godhead. But the sage, that Roma Harshana Sutta, he thought he is the leader, speaker, so he is above anybody else in the assembly. He did not get up and he did not offer respects. Like if somebody comes, we are suddenly speaking, at least we bow down, and when the altar opened, we bow down to say that respect, our respect is there. But he did not offer respects. So Balarama became angry. So he took one darba, and with the one darba he just made it like a Brahmastra and killed Roma Harshana Sutta. Then all the sages there became little disturbed, because they thought, we have blessed him. We have given a word that he will have very long life and he will teach Puranas for us. And my dear Lord, they said, I think the etiquette is a speaker. He has been given a position. There is no fault in his side also. They were justifying. But they cannot say Balarama is wrong. Then Balarama accepted his subservient position. And he said, my dear Brahmanas, what should I do now? How should I retrieve the situation? Because he is worthy of punishment, I punished him. No, I don't want your words to become false also. Then they recommended, let his son be the in charge now. So Suta Goswami became qualified with all the blessings of Balarama, and all the blessings these people have given for a long life for his father were transferred to Suta Goswami, where he became the greatest orator of Srimad Bhagavatam. See, the Lord, if sometimes a personality, like a situation creates, Lord accepted the subservient position. Even though he is a supreme Lord, even though he could, no material rules work for him, but still he was abiding by the devotee's consent. Then one more circumstance was there, where we see this in Parashurama, and his father was Yamadagni. When the cow was stolen away by Kartivirya Arjuna, Parashurama went there, fought with them, bought the cow and handed over back in the ashrama. So in that fighting, all these aspects and all, Jamadagni informs Parashurama, you have acted too violently. You are a Brahmana by nature, and you are acting like a Kshatriya, which is not our principle. So in that way, he little chastised him, and he said, because of your excessive temperament of this heroism, I think you require, you have to pacify yourself, you have to go to all the pilgrimage places, and you have to consciously, you have to come back to Sattva Guna. That Parashurama accepted the subservient instruction, like he accepted that instruction, and he visited all the holy places, he did tapasya, and he pacified himself to come to Sattva Guna. Like how the Lord, even though material rules does not apply to him, he subserviently accepted the position. Similarly, one more context was there in Ramayana. Lord Ramachandra, after killing Ravanasura, he comes back to Agastya Muni and he says, my dear sir, I had performed a Brahma Hatya. He is a Brahmana by nature. I had killed this Brahmana. Now how should I counteract this Brahma Hatya? Agastya says, no, you are the Supreme Lord, material rules does not apply to you. But still, Ramachandra requests, what should I do? See, the Lord is accepting a subservient position, so that he was enhancing the glory of his devotee. The entire pastimes becomes even more relishable. So this is what Kumaras are saying, you have made this pastime more relishable. By being your subservient condition, you have enhanced the glory of the pastime, enhanced the glory of the devotees opposite side also. Like other devotees also become very special to you, and you made the entire situation very relishing to the ear. This is what Kumaras are saying. So we'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? Grandhara